It's time now for News Extra, and brought to you by First State Bank in Scottsbluff and Gearing. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We have Scottsbluff High School vocal music director Brad Ronne here, and we're going to talk about a holiday treat. It is time for all those holiday concerts, and I really thought we'd bring him in here today because his group is going to do kind of a special deal over at St. Agnes Church tonight, and thought the community would like to know all about it. So how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, this deal over at St. Agnes Church, first of all, singing at St. Agnes is like, wow, it's great.
It's a fantastic experience. We did this last year because we were out of the auditorium for construction, and that's provided some opportunities to explore some other venues. And there was a little bit of resistance. Students and parents weren't quite sure why we were there, just seating. And after we did it, I think everybody understood. The choir last year, the first time they opened their mouths, their eyes got really big because the sound was just wonderful in there, and it's a great place to sing. So we're really excited to be there tonight.
Yeah. All right, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock tonight over at St. Agnes Church, and you're going to have the entire choir, right?
Yeah,
we actually 190 members. Here.
Yes, we actually have 3 choirs, and we'll combine on a couple of pieces, but each choir is doing their own little set, and then we'll do some combined things. So last year we weren't quite sure where all the concerts would be, so you have to pick the music pretty early. I wasn't able to program specifically with that venue in mind. This year I knew early on that's where we'd be, and so I was able to really program pieces that fit that environment. So there's some neat music that some of it was written specifically for a space like that.
All right, it's great. So again, it's 6 o'clock and then another performance at 8 o'clock tonight. And you're going to do Silent Night. You're even going to do a Hallelujah chorus and maybe get some of the alumni to get involved in that?
Yeah, that's a tradition that's gone clear back to Gary Bacon, maybe E. Feely. I'm not sure when the Hallelujah chorus was started, but that's something that's been done traditional for a long time, and so we'll invite alumni to come up and join us for that. And then since I've been at Scottsbluff, I've done a Silent Night, kind of a special arrangement of that, and we'll invite the alumni that have been with me to come up and sing with that. So that's always a beautiful time. We surround the audience with candles, and it's just a neat part of Christmas. So
yeah. All right, very cool. And this isn't just for St. Agnes parishioners. This is for the entire public.
Correct. And I've asked my choir students to divide equally between 6 and 8, so hopefully we'll have enough seating. But I know there's a lot of people planning to attend, so it could get very packed. But we would love as many people want to come join us, and it'll be a beautiful December concert for Christmas time. So.
Yeah, it's a big space, so I think a church will probably be able to handle it. And just invite everybody there. We're going to talk to Brad also about a thing they did over in Hastings this past weekend. Kind of a special deal. We'll talk about that right after this.
Do you have any new or gently used toys or coats that you don't need? If so, we invite you to donate them on Saturday, December 10th. We will be filling the NTC truck with new and gently used toys, the Lakota Lutheran van with new and gently used coats, and the Army National Guard truck with non-perishable foods. Santa will also be visiting to take cash donations. That's Saturday, December 10th from 9 to 2 at First State Bank's Truck Full of Love, 2002 Broadway in Scottsbluff. There's no gift too small when we all make an effort. Won't you give? First State Bank, member FDIC.
All right, we're back on News Extra. We're talking to Brad Ronne with the Scottsbluff High School Music Department, the vocal music department, having their big Christmas concert. 2 performances at 6 o'clock and 8 p.m. tonight over at St. Agnes Catholic Church. And they're going to bring the whole group over there, 190 of them. And so you really should take part in that. Make sure you attend, even though it'll be a little bit cold tonight. Just put on an extra sweater and get on out there. 6 and 8 p.m., 2 different times to see the music department. Also, you sent some kids over to Hastings. You had took some kids to Hastings this weekend, and that was a pretty special deal too, right?
It was. It was a really neat performance. They do this every 4 or 5 years, and we were invited to come, but they did Handel's Messiah, and we combined with some community choirs and other high school groups. There was about 450 singers total, and the Hastings Symphony Orchestra played, and so it was a really neat event, a great experience for kids, and it was really neat. Interesting, there were some adults in the adult choir that I had as students in Mitchell, and we did Handel's Messiah when I was in Mitchell with a real small group one time, and so there were some adults there that were part of that, which was neat. So
yeah, and to do it with an orchestra, that's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an experience that, it's kind of a once in a lifetime for a lot of singers, and it's just a neat experience. And there's just something about a live orchestra when they're done well. And the Hastings Symphony Orchestra certainly is a very solid group, and they did very well. It was a neat experience to perform with them. So.
Yeah, you said they had a trumpet player that was pretty special. Huh?
Yes, I actually can't remember his name, but he was brought in to do some of the extra trumpet parts that really added so much to that, just that high trumpet sitting over the Hallelujah Chorus or Worthy is the Lamb or some of those pieces. It was really, really neat. So
yeah, your kids get to do some special things, and one of the things they're going to do special this year is the spring play, and you already have figured out what that's going to be.
I have. We're going to do Fiddler on the Roof. It's the end of March, beginning of April. And I just thought with this year getting back into the auditorium, and Fiddler is about traditions and traditions changing, I thought the theme of the show would just fit our year and the new building and the new directions at Scottsbluff High School. I thought it would fit really well. The music is so beautiful. I've talked through it with kids. They really are excited about the story, but it's just a real story to tell. It's funny and it's tragic. I mean, there's a lot to it, but they're excited about it. So,
all right, that's great. And then you guys also are kind of itching to get back into the regular routine there on the second semester after all the construction's done, right?
Itching is quite the word. We are very excited to get back in we've been sharing space with band, choir, and orchestra, which rehearsal room has worked okay. It's not the best facility, but it works. And the tough spot is not having rehearsal space for practice rooms and other things. And so it'd be great to have all those facilities back and to be back in a home and not be quite so homeless. The choir was actually the first ones to move out. We moved out in May of 2015 and then moved again in November of 2015. So we've kind of hopped all over the place.
Yeah.
So we're excited to get settled.
Plus, you have a little bit of new stuff there.
Yeah,
right?
I've had a music technology program for several years, and we literally were in a back closet practice room with about 5 computers. So there'll be a computer lab and a recording studio, and so that program can expand a little bit. And there's some really neat things that happen there, and we'll have great technology for that.
Yeah.
So and good space for the choir as far as rehearsal space and music library for band, choir, and orchestra to share. And so, yeah, it's going to be fantastic to get back in.
Yeah, the mood of the school has just got to be so positive right now with everything that's going on.
It is. Whenever you do a remodel or a construction project, you remodel your kitchen, you get towards the end and people start getting owly for that. But we're all very excited to get moved into the new facility, and there'll be a big sigh of relief when this phase 1 is done, and most everybody's in where they go. So,
right. Okay. All right, fantastic. Don't forget, tonight, 6 and 8 p.m., over at St. Agnes Catholic Church. If you don't know where it is, it's just east of the middle school, 2314 3rd Avenue. You can't miss it, and it'll be worth your while to get out in the cold a little bit. Like I said, put on an extra sweater and get over to St. Agnes Church either at 6 or 8 p.m. and listen to the kids from Scottsbluff High do their Christmas concert tonight. All right, Brad, thanks. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for having me in this morning.
You bet.